Hi, I'm Deanna Springer. On behalf of Nancy Zeman Productions and PBS Wisconsin, thank you for joining us for this special educational presentation. Please add your questions for the presenter in the chat and stay tuned for a Q&A after the lecture. Then be sure to explore everything else the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show has to offer, including beautiful quilt exhibits and an interactive vendor mall. Thank you and enjoy.
My name is Porfiria Gomez. I'm a New York quilter and one of the founders of the Color of Connection quilt. I'm going to be sharing with you my rendition of big block quilting. I'm so excited by it because I love big block quilting. Say that 10 times fast, big block quilting. One of the things I love about big block quilting, like I said, say it 10 times fast, is that big block quilting is essentially taking a small block and expanding it and making it bigger and grander. I started big block quilting after I had my first son. I remember thinking about my mom and how she would create these block pieces and piece them together and put them in a bag and set them aside. And then when she was ready, she would pull them out and make a big quilt. And it was beautiful because there were so many beautiful detailed blocks in there, but it was a little bit time consuming. So I said, why can't I do that on a grander scale? Why can't I take one block out and create that block on a big scale and finish super fast? So I did. I took one of those blocks and expanded it. And when I did that, I found that this was great for a beginner quilter and even more exciting for the intermediate quilter that wanted to create beautiful, intricate designs on their quilt. There's so much wide open space that you can make almost any quilting design or try your hand at any quilting design. Or you could be traditional and keep it simple. The one I have behind me is one I made for my oldest son. I made this quilt for him when he was a toddler, and he's a teenage boy now, and I had a hard time getting it back from him, and it has lasted. The piece continues to go on, providing beautiful excitement of a mother's love or a mother's hug. At least I want to think that's what it provides. As you can see, in certain parts of the quilt, I created beautiful organic lines, and in other parts of the quilt, I left wide open spaces to create whatever I wanted to piece together by hand. So when I go back to this quilt and I fix the little strings that are hanging out, I can always start a whole new design over on the quilt. To create a big block quilt, you don't need many supplies. You can even do a big block quilt using your hands. One of the things I love about big block quilting as well is that you can use beautiful design fabrics with patterns and bright and bold colors, or you can just use traditional basic colors. Sky's the limit. You decide. So I'm going to show you how I big block quilt, and I hope that you'll learn a few tips along the way. I hope you'll enjoy this, and I can't wait to share with you how I create a big block quilt. So the first thing you want to do is grab your fabric pieces. As I mentioned, you can use very bold and bright colors, or you can use solids. In my pattern that I created, I used a lot of solids. And you'll notice that I use different shapes, half-quarter squares, as well as long rectangular big block pieces. I currently use for my oldest son quilt these beautiful mixed fabrics that have an array of colors and style to reflect our family's personality. And the reason I like using fat quarter pieces is it's super simple to cut out a large 16 by 16 or an 18 by 18 size. But you can do the same thing with your solid fabric. So I went ahead and pressed out my pieces as best as I could. And now what I'm going to do is sandwich them together. So traditionally, when you're working with some sort of printed fabric, you want to ensure that you take a look at the bold prints that are on the right side. Sometimes when you have an in particular fabric and there's one side has a print and the other side doesn't, it's hard to determine which side is the right side and which side is the wrong side. So a rule of thumb for me is I look for the deepest and darkest color of the fabric design, and that helps me to determine which side is the darkest side. So that's a little tip that I do for myself when I'm matching fabrics with designs and looking for the wrong side. So you essentially want to just sandwich the two of them together because we're going to scale this down. So fat quarter pieces are usually an 18 by 22 size. But for me, I want this to be around an 18 by 18 all around, so that once I create my half square triangle, I can cut it down to a 16 by 16 size. So I have my ruler here. Oh no, what's happening? My fabric is moving a little bit. And you can line it up on your board. I have one of those boards that have the lines on it. So you can line it up on your board. But how I started out is I like to clean up my edges. So I'm gonna get as far over, I want you to see this, as I can to just clean up my edges. And then I can start at the edge of the board. So that just helps me out. I love the sound of the rotary cutter cutting. So now I have a beautiful edge that I can line up on the edge of the board. So now we have a beautiful square. Like, I get so excited by these things because even when you're creating your essentially your big block quilt, you're going to need a square solid as well. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to set this aside for 1 second. And I'm going to grab my fabric off the bolt because I need to create a few pieces for the quilt that we're designing right now with solid colors. So I have my bolt fabric, and I'm just going to, sometimes in your bolt fabric, you'll open it and you'll have some wrinkles in it, but I think that's fine. I'm just going to measure it out the same way I would measure out a fat quarter piece. And you're going to just cut it straight down the same way that they would cut for you at the fabric store. So we're just going to cut that down. So it's just like having another fat quarter piece. I always miss these little tidbits that can't just come apart in the end. Okay, there we go. So now that I have my fabric, again, I want to measure it out the same way I have my 18 by 18 pieces. So we're going to edge it out, clean it up, the same exact way we did our fat quarter piece. Just take off all those little raggedy edges. Someone asked me before, what do you do with all those edges? And I love to add them to my stories on social media because I think they're so cute. Or the other side is I take all these pieces and I usually stuff them in my couch, because when you have big boys like I do, the foam and the cushion in the couch traditionally seems to go back or go down or go away or whatever it does. But this helps to keep the cushion going on in the couches. So that's what I do with these little edges. So I think they're so fun and pretty. I love to play with the colors of what I'm making with the edges. And like I said, then I get rid of them in the couch. So we cleaned up our edges. And now we're going to scale this piece down. I'm just going to cut one more side. There we are. Just cut that down. It's always the end piece that I have the challenging time with. Okay. So it kind of looks like a fat quarter piece here. A little bit more than a fat quarter piece. So you do the same thing you did with the fat quarter piece, which is find the 18-inch line and just measure it out. If you have one of these boards, if you don't, just use your ruler and measure it out. I have a little, just gonna move it up just a teeny bit so we can get a clean cut. So as you can see at the bottom here, I also have an 18. So it's gonna be 18 inches. So we're gonna cut that down. I'm just gonna line my ruler up and pray that my hand will stay as steady as it's supposed to. There we go. Oh, the sound of that, amazing. We're gonna set this aside again. We're gonna make some binding from this. So no fabric lost. And I would love to share a binding story with you when I can. And it's actually, I'm already at 18, which is, so I'm just going to ensure that it's, yep, perfect, 18, right at that 18 mark. And then we're gonna turn it again. And I need to get to this 18 mark. So here we go. Just gonna cut it down. Let's line it up right at that 18 mark and steady hand. Beautiful binding fabric. Or this can be a part of a quilt, which I think it might be. So we have our 18 by 18 square block. So again, set this aside because we don't need that right now. Okay, so we have essentially sandwiched the pieces together and cut our pieces. Now we are going to turn our piece and line it up with our board because diagonally we're going to create an invisible line, and that's going to help us make a half square triangle. So I'm going to try and get this as accurate as I possibly can. Sometimes. So you need a pencil. A number 2 pencil will work just fine. A quilter's pencil, a marker, whatever you use. I like pencils because we're going to cut on that line. Even if you use a pen, you're going to cut away that line and you're not going to see it anymore. So you want to get the line straight down the diamond shape that we turned our square into. Just straight down. And make sure that line is bold enough for you to see. I like to make sure that I mark it pretty dark so that I can see it when I'm on the machine. There we go. So you have your line and you're going to sew on the opposite line. So we're going to stitch down the line, but we're going to stitch twice. It's going to be one on this side and one on this side. And we're just going to stitch right on down this line to create our half square triangles. So I'm going to grab my sewing machine over here. So as you can see here, you see our line right down the middle. We're going to just line it on each side of it and we're going to stitch it. So you want to just stitch and use your foot as a guide down this line that we created. So I'm just going to turn on my machine. There goes that bright light. And let's get started. So now that we have essentially stitched on each side, we're just going to cut down that line. And this is always the fun part for me, because when you cut down the line, you already see your block coming together. You have your half square triangles that you can now stitch together. So it's always a fun part for me. So you can use a rotary cutter or you can use a scissor, whatever you feel like using, and just cut down that seam. Because now we're going to stitch those two pieces together and create a part of our block. So now that we have stitched them together, you should have half square triangles, just like this. And I get so excited by these half square triangles because automatically I think, what is my quilt design going to look like? Or do I just want to showcase these pretty bold prints as my quilt? The sky is the limit. Once you get all your pieces sewn and set aside, you can kind of maneuver the pieces to figure out what is the best way you want your quilt to look. And that's one of the things that I enjoy about Big Block Quilting. So let's get started on figuring out what our pattern's going to look like. With half square triangles, you can match them to make beautiful big large triangles, or whether you just want to turn them upside down. Again, there's so many variations that you can create. So let's set these aside and let's try it. So now that I've finished with all my half square triangles, I'm going to lay them out to create a design that I want. So in this instance, we're going to repeat what I did with my quilt that I made for my oldest son, which is a star quilt. So you just lay your pieces out to match that star pattern. But again, the fun thing about Big Block Quilting is you can essentially create any style you want. But for me, we're going to focus on creating that star. So I'm going to lay them out just to see what it looks like. And once you finish laying out your pieces, you can move them, you can match them together, you can determine what you want your quilt to look like. It's really up to you. Again, I love saying the sky is the limit on creating a Big Block quilt because it's your version, it's super fast and super easy to finish it up. So I'm just going to take the matching pieces. And if you notice on the side here, I'm using the solid piece. The solid actually helps just bring that star together. And I'm going to match them together. And then I'm going to stand back and see if this is what I want my quilt to look like. Or if I want to switch it up a little bit. For instance, maybe I want to move this one. Change the look of this and make the blue more of the focal piece in the middle. And this is the fun part, just playing with it and figuring out what looks best for you. And then once you determine what you want your quilt to look like, the next step is to sew it together and create the quilt top. So let's do that. So you're just going to bring it to the side here. You're going to press your seam. Press your seam. Oh, I'm losing a few pieces here. Okay. Press down. And then we're going to open it up and press that right open. And then you're just going to continue piecing all your pieces together. Wow. I finished the quilt top already, and I'm so excited by how it looks. Now that's left for me to do is to press this out. See how quickly the quilt comes together. Now you should have a full quilt top. My quilt top came out pretty solid, and I'm happy with the colors. It's a replica of the one that I made for my son many years ago. And I can't wait to send this one off to a long armor. And I'll share that with you during our live. But Big Block Quilting is pretty much there for you to create something so fast and to show your creative quilting skills through it. Now, if you have any questions about Big Block Quilting, don't hesitate to ask me on our live. Also, I want to remind you, you can do your own quilting designs on your sewing machine. just making organic lines right on your home sewing machine. Or better yet, you can use a quilting hoop. This is also one of my favorites. I take my quilting hoop and I sandwich my quilt together and I just start quilting in the car, on a ride with the family up to the mountainside, or on just the afternoon drive to our local supermarket. That's what I do when I have my spare time with my big block quilts. And you could give it a try as well. I want to thank you so much for watching this. And I look forward to talking to you on live. And I also look forward to showing you the end result of the quilt that we made today. And I can't wait to see some of your big block quilts. Don't hesitate to share that with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Hi, I'm Deanna Springer. Thank you for joining us for the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show and for Porfirina Gomez's Big Block Quilting. And we're so pleased to have Porfirina here today from her studio in New York. Good morning, Porfirina.
Good morning. Good morning.
So great to have you here. And I see you have your finished quilt behind you.
Yes, I got it back from a Long Armor and it is beautiful. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to give it to my son so he can enjoy it. The school year is just starting, so it's perfect for his room right now.
Well, it's beautiful, and it's fun to see what you create with your big block quilts. And I follow you on your social media, Instagram, so it's fun to see your new creations. And we can see the entire quilt there, too.
Yes, definitely.
And we have questions and comments rolling in, so I'll start sharing those with you.
Sure.
Porfirina, when working with large block quilts, do you have trouble keeping an accurate size to the block? It seems like it could be easy to be 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch off when you work with such big blocks.
Yeah, I find it can be easy, and there's sometimes that is a bit off. So I try my hardest to stay true to the size or scale it down. But at the same time, that's the beauty of big blocks as well. Even if you're just off a tad bit, it really doesn't take away from your design. If you want to be like as accurate as possible, again, you can always scale it down.
And Jean is asking if you started with an 18-inch for square for your half square triangle, did you then trim it down to 16 inches, or you just trim them all the same size when you're done?
I trim them all the same size when I'm done as well. So that's usually after you stitch it together, you can scale it down to the size that you feel comfortable using. But you do lose some once you start piecing it together, but I scale it down at the end.
Mm-hmm. As long as they're all the same size, they'll fit together, right?
Absolutely.
And we have another question. Did you say about how many fat quarter size pieces you used to make the quilt you're showing?
So that in particular quilt that I use, I can't remember if I did mention it, but I believe it's about 12 to 14 pieces, depending on if you're using solids or if you're using printed fabric. So you can determine the style for that quilt. I think it was between 14 to 16 pieces, but I could definitely share that on my media with you.
That sounds great. And your blocks are big, your big blocks are large, so it showcases the beautiful fabrics. You can choose some really fun fabrics to showcase and see all those prints that we fall in love with.
Yes.
Another question is coming in. What is the best way to figure out the yardage needed when you're making a quilt, or do you always use fat quarters? And that's from Miss D in Connecticut.
So Ms. D, one of the things I like to do is I usually have bolts of fabric in my studio, or if I decide on making a smaller block on a grander scale, I kind of determine what colors I'm going to incorporate, and then I decide how many fat quarters I should buy for that in particular block. So that kind of helps me out figuring out what it's going to look like in the end result. So I always have bolts of fabric that you can decide when you go to your local fabric store what your quilt should look like and what your block should look like. Or you can just buy the fat quarters. And I just bought a few of them because I'm working on another big block quilt. So I bought like 10 because I wanted to incorporate 10 different colors.
Fabulous. And another question from Judy on Facebook. Thank you for the information, Porfirina. Also, love your work with Color of Connection. Tell us about Color of Connection.
Oh my goodness, Color of Connection, labor of love. Color of Connection started about a year ago now, and it started during a very, very crazy climate in the world. It was just a lot going on, and I really wanted to showcase women of color. So I partnered with my wonderful friends, Michelle and Kiana, who are fellow quilters and fellow co-founders of Color of Connection. And we all came together around the love of quilting. And we wanted everybody to experience that. No matter what walk of life, you should, if you have a common interest, you should be able to just sit together at a table and do what you love. And that was quilting for all of us. And we had such a wonderful, wonderful outcry of support from everybody who wanted to see changes happen in the quilting world and changes happening in the world, period. And wanted to break down these barriers of color and gender and race, and we just wanted to see something different. So we decided to share our Color of Connection quilts. We all designed a beautiful, fun quilt, super easy quilt that everybody can make. And the whole process was that we wanted it to be simple and easy. So while you're quilting, you're conversing with somebody that may not look like you, and maybe from a different walk of life from you. And you can finish the quilt and have great conversations over making quilts.
And another great example of how quilting brings people together. Great work with your Color of Connection. And tell us the website we can go to see the quilts and learn more.
Yeah, so Color of Connection, it started again as a quilt, but it blossomed into a nonprofit. And we support people of all economic statuses. We want everybody to enjoy the world of quilting. So you can go to www.colorofconnectionquilt.com and look up the information, or you could join us on our social media. My social media is Miss Porfiria on Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest. So you could definitely check me out and see what's happening with our Color of Connection quilts.
Great, thank you for sharing. And we have more questions rolling in about your big block quilts. Do you recommend using a sizing or spray starch before you stitch your blocks together or even cut them out?
So I do recommend using a spray starch to before you cut them out. It kind of gets away from you at times when you're cutting, and I mentioned that when I was cutting my pieces. So definitely you want to use a great starch to make sure that you get your fabric all ready for those cuts.
Great tip. And that was a question from Carol. Thank you for your question, Carol. And we have a question from Gail on Facebook. Gail is asking, is the star pattern available, or can we see the whole quilt on your social media? Where can we see the entire quilt? I know you can't pull it out from behind you, but we can see it online.
They have it hanging. But you can definitely see it on my social media. It is going to be posted on my media. It actually, the original first one is posted on my Instagram. So if you just scroll down, you'll see the whole star quilt. But if you reference my website, www.porfiriagomez, you'll see the whole star quilt on my blog.
Thanks for sharing that. And more questions coming in. Roxy is asking, do you ever hand quilt your big quilts? I think it'd be a wonderful quilt to show off hand quilting, she says.
Absolutely. So I've started, Roxy. I definitely started. I'll be honest, I haven't finished. You know, sometimes with quilting, we'll start a big project and we'll set it aside. But I definitely have started working on a big block quilt and hand stitching it. And I actually asked my mom recently to help me finish it because it was so big. But I can't wait to share that in the near future as well. So you could definitely hand quilt it. I'm all about hand quilting. I just don't do it, but I need to do it some more.
Well, we can surely see that you enjoy the piecing process. And we have another question. This one's from Cher. She loves seeing your work and hearing your stories. Do you ever use rectangles? Other than using big pieces and organizing more randomly, is there another important concept, or are you interested in exploring all your half square triangle techniques right now?
So I have a pattern coming out at the end of the year, and I'm using rectangle pieces, and I'm using circle pieces as well in this modern quilt. So definitely love doing it on a grander scale. So they're not small pieces, but Dina, even I shared with you, Dina, my mom's quilt, and she gave me an idea of making it a grander and bigger quilt using bigger circles, because my mom had little circles in this quilt, but I hope on expanding it to a bigger block version of big circles. So
I love hearing how you collaborate with your mom. That's so special. We have another question from Gail. I look forward. Oh, my monitor went out. The live remote here. This one is from Elise. Good morning. Fabric pre-washing. Do you pre-wash your fabric before you start the quilting process?
So isn't that the universal question for all quilters? Do you pre-wash? So I don't. I find that when I pre-wash my fabrics, they tend to shrink and I can't get that desired look that I personally like. I've tried it in the past to pre-wash my fabrics, but what I do now is I create my quilts unpre-washed, and then once it's completed, I throw it in the wash. And it gets this nice little crinkly feeling, like this one that I have in front of me, one of my big block quilts. After I stitched it together, I threw it into the wash, and it actually gets that nice little crinkly feel that I like. So I wash afterwards.
Great tip. And here's a question from Evely. Do you press your seams open or to one side?
These are great universal questions. I am a press to the side kind of girl. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes when I'm quilting, I press my seams open. So it's all based on, I guess, the quilt that I'm working on in the moment. But naturally, they'll be pressed to the side.
And the next question is from Doris. What size quilt block do you consider a big block? In other words, what is the smallest size block that you stitch with that you don't consider a large big block?
Wow, that's a good one. The smallest size I've done in the past, a block in itself is usually I piece using like 2.5-inch squares, half squares. One of the patterns that I did for a friend, she used 2.5-inch squares. So I was able to piece that together. But traditionally, I like the block to be within a 10 by 10 size. So I think I pretty much stay to that size when I'm normally quilting my quilts. Yeah.
Okay, great answer. Debbie is asking, I hope you will cover how to enlarge a pattern.
So Debbie, I actually did a smaller block for a sampler quilt, a summer sampler quilt this summer. And then I decided, being true to myself, I wanted to see it on a grander scale. And I have that one in front of me as well. And you can actually see this one on my media as well. And you can see the smaller block that they incorporated in it. But I took the block and I kind of made it, let's see if I can get this. Oh, sorry, I got it as big as I could using 10-inch pieces. So yeah, I definitely like to do that and share how to do that in the future, yes.
Thank you. And Joe and Chris have similar questions. Just to recap, do you square up your half square triangles, and when do you cut them down from the 18 inches to 16 inches?
So I cut them down after I do the half square triangles together. So once you do your half square triangles and you cut them down and you have your half square, then I'll cut it down to the desired 16 by 16 or 15.5 by 15.5, whatever size is a little bit easier for me to work with.
Thank you. And we have a great question, another question from Gail. How long have you been quilting, and who are your role models?
Ooh, role model, of course, is my mom. And I've been quilting I have to be honest, since I got back into quilting, I should say, when I had my first son, who is now 15 years old. And for me, quilting symbolizes family. So when I had my first kid, I wanted to have a quilt for him. And that's how I started getting back. So since it's about 15 years that I've been quilting, this quilting journey for me. But I grew up with quilts around me. I grew up with wonderful stories. My mom actually grew up on a farm in North Carolina. So she would tell me these amazing stories of my great grandmother's quilts. So they were always in our home. And I can always remember cold school days coming home, and my mom would have hot cocoa for us. And for some reason, I loved the quilt that was on my bed that she made. She did a lot of scrappy quilts. And I would love that on my bed, because it was like I would come home and my bed would be made in this beautiful scrappy quilt of colors and different designs or different fabrics that she would just find and piece together. I just adored that. So that was the journey of quilting for me. So as an adult, it just came back because, you know, once you have your own children, you want to give them that coziness that you kind of grew up with. And that was my quilting journey. So it's been about 15 years, I should say.
What warm memories. Thank you for sharing that. And we have some more comments and questions. This is more of a comment. She saves her scraps, her edges. She enjoyed your saving your salvage edges from your quilt blocks. And she saves them. And she's going to use them in a Nancy Ziemann landscape quilt. And she's been collecting them for a year. So she hopes to have enough very soon.
Yes. I'll mention, like I mentioned in the video, my mom would collect these pieces in the bag and then she would pull them out and stitch them together. So that's a great way of using your scrap pieces as well to create another beautiful block quilt as well.
And you're creating lots of interest and lots of ideas are rolling around. Several people on Facebook are sharing these would make great quilts for donating. So big block quilts go together quickly, so you could use your fabric scraps and stash and make quilts to donate. And another question is, do you use rulers to quilt? How do you mark your quilt lines?
So I do use rulers to quilt, and then sometimes I organically just go for it. But I definitely do use some rulers when I'm marking my quilt lines.
Great. And the next question is from Nancy P. This would be a fun quilt to practice free motion quilting. So now people are thinking about the quilting as we're talking about quilting. And I know you send some out to the Long Armor and you do some yourself with some straight line machine quilting.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the beauty of it, right? Because you have this wide open space to just be creative with. And that's what I love so much about big blocks. You know, the sky is the limit, as I mentioned, because you can create whatever art that you want to create on it, whether by hand or by machine or by a Long Armor, as you can see in the back with these beautiful arrows that she added. It was just beautiful that she was able to do that design, and you can see the quilted design on the big block quilt.
It's beautiful. And Amy on Facebook is asking, what is your favorite batting, your quilt batting?
Ooh, I don't have a favorite. I really don't have the favorite. My go-to is definitely Hobbs batting. And when I do get my Hobbs batting, it's usually their organic blend. So I don't really have a favorite. Anything works for me, but I guess I stay true to the organic blends of the batting.
Great answer. And Linda is asking, how do you make sure to line up your raw edges to avoid holes in your quilt? She has the hardest time with that.
I'm with you. I did at one point too, so don't feel. So I usually line up the edge when I'm cutting on my cutting mats. And then if you're stitching it together, try and line it up on the edge of your foot. So if you're following along that edge of your foot, you shouldn't have too many problems, and take your time with it, because I know for me, I was rushing. And when I rushed through it, I was getting snags and holes and missing the mark. So just take your time. And if you want to take it a step further, what also helped for me is I would draw a line on the fabric and just follow down that line.
Great advice. And our comment from Roxy. She's thinking of those beautiful Anna Maria Horner big prints to use. So she's finding inspiration with your big blocks, and she would use Anna Maria Horner's fabrics to make some real bright quilts.
Yes, definitely. And that's another great idea with making a big block quilt, is that sometimes we don't get a chance to showcase the beautiful fabrics that we find at our local fabric store, right? You're so busy cutting it up, and it takes away from the bold, bright prints. So this is a perfect example to show off these prints and show off your personality based on the prints that you're using.
Wonderful. And Doris in the chat is asking, do you still have that quilt from your mom? Is it on your bed?
I do have a quilt for my mom. I don't have the childhood one I have. I don't know what happened to it during our moving around New York City, but I have one that I shared here as well with you, Dina, right? And I have it stored away and kept away. So it's the only one I was able to get from my mom. She hides them from me when I come over now because she knows that I want to take them all. But I have one of hers, yes. The one that meant the most to me because it's so detailed, and she did it by hand, and it's like these small pieces. So I have one.
Speaking of small pieces and details, Leslie is asking, do you ever piece smaller pieces of fabrics together and then make them into big block quilts?
So Dina, actually, I am trying to do that now. Every so often you have to challenge yourself, and I am challenging myself to be patient and create small intricate pieces and make it a bigger block quilt. So yes, I am working on projects now that I have in my studio where I want to do that, because I have so much scrap pieces from the big blocks. So I definitely want to take them and cut them out, make them smaller, and make it on a grander scale.
We look forward to seeing those down the road as you bring those together. I'm sure you'll share those on your social media sites.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And another question, Maureen is asking, is your pattern a downloadable pattern or a paper pattern? It looks lovely, and thank you for sharing your talents.
Yes, thank you. It was my first pattern, and that pattern is, again, inspired by my mom and inspired by growing up in the Bronx. So I grew up in the Bronx, and there was these beautiful hills in the Bronx that no one really realizes. The Bronx has all these hilly spaces. So I wanted to create like these hills going up, and it was definitely inspired by childhood. And yeah, it's a downloadable print, so you can download it. And it's my first pattern, which is the Dottie quilt. And again, I'm looking forward to the next quilt that's coming out at the end of this year. So stay tuned for that.
We'll surely stay tuned. And another question is from Joanne. What is your favorite marking tool? I know you used a pencil in your video.
So I use pencils all the time, and I actually just launched 3 pencils that are true to my personality as well. They're these little pencils that say, just keep quilting, and it's the quilt life for me. So I'm always using pencils because with pencils it's so simple, and I feel like they do the job of marking exactly what you need. So it's definitely a pencil.
What great inspiration. And you've inspired us so much, Porphyria, with all of your quilt blocks and all of your sharing today. And your easy techniques, everyone can do. If they can sew a straight line, they can sew your big block quilt. So yeah. we've really appreciated our time together, and I thank you so much for joining us and sharing your talents with us.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, an absolute pleasure. You can always follow me again on Instagram if you're looking to find me at Miss Porphyria, MRSPORFIRIA, and also at www.porphyriagomez.com.
Thank you so much, and thank everyone for joining in today. It's a great session today and great Q&A. So we look forward to you heading over to quiltshow.com and taking everything in that the Quilt Show has to offer, including the vendor mall and the beautiful quilt exhibits. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks again for joining us. This year's educational presentations are made possible with your contributions. Your support helps us offer a free and accessible online experience where we can celebrate our shared love of quilting. Please help PBS Wisconsin bring back the event next year stronger than ever by making a gift today. You can donate on our website or text QUILT to 1-800-236-3636 to make a gift from your phone. Your generosity makes a difference. Thank you.